Today I'm going to be giving a summary of Socrates' Euthyphro. Euthyphro is an early Platonic dialogue. It takes place on King Archon's porch. Euthyphro is there because he is convicting his father of murdering one of their servants. Socrates is there because Meletus is convicting him being impious. Socrates wants to know if anybody really understands what piety or impiety is. Euthyphro, being a known sophist, proclaims to be wise on such matters. So Socrates decides to ask Euthyphro if he understands what piety is. Euthyphro replies saying that piety is his actions, so by convicting his father of murder, he is pious. Socrates then says that this is an example of piety. It's not the definition. However, Socrates says that by understanding that murder is wrong, Euthyphro must have some understanding of what piety and impiety are. Euthyphro then says that piety is what is dear to the gods, and impiety is that which is not dear to the gods. Socrates finds this answer to be more acceptable, although he says that that which is dear to one god is not dear to all the gods. Euthyphro then says piety is that which is pleasing to all gods. And he believes that all the gods probably think that murder is impious. Socrates then points out that it probably depends on the circumstances under which the murder happens to decide the moral aspect of whether or not it's pious or impious. He then tries to approach the question in a different way. He asks Euthyphro if all people that are pious are also just. Euthyphro says yes, although he understands that not all people are pious. Socrates then wants to know if piety is a part of justice, and if it is, what part does it consist? Euthyphro replies that piety is a part of justice that attends to the gods, just as there is another part of justice that attends to men. This too is an unsatisfactory answer, because we do not know what attends mean. When applied to dogs, horses, and men, it implies some way of making them better. When applied to gods, it cannot have this meaning because there is no respect in which men can make the gods better than they are. At this point, Euthyphro states that there are various ways in which men can minister to the gods, but he does not have time to point them out. Socrates still insists that he does not know what piety is, and that certainly Euthyphro has not revealed his true nature. The question is an important one, not only for Socrates, but for anyone who's called upon to make decisions relative to moral conduct. The dialogue closes without any final answer to the question with which the discussion started. Socrates urges Euthyphro to continue the search for the meaning of piety. Until he has found it, there can be no justification for the decision that he has made concerning his father.